When most people think of Hawaii, they imagine the crystal clear water, swaying palm trees, and the soothing aloha spirit. But behind the postcard perfect paradise, a tragedy unfolded that would forever haunt the community of Manoa. Today we're going to dive deep into a story that shocked Hawaii to its core. The tragic murder-suicide of the Oda family. It's a tale of despair, financial ruin, and a heartbreaking descent into darkness. It was March 10, 2024. A quiet Sunday morning, Honolulu police received a call around 8:30 a.m. from an anonymous tipster. They reported hearing a loud arguing coming from the Oda home on Walua Place in the peaceful neighborhood of Manoa. Officers arrived at the house a few minutes later. From the outside, everything seemed calm. No signs of a struggle, no one answered the door. And so they left, assuming it was a false alarm. But they couldn't have been more wrong. Less than an hour later, another call came in from the same tipster, a tenant who lived inside the house. This time, police returned immediately. What they discovered inside the house would not only horrify the local community, but become one of Hawaii's deadliest family tragedies. The officers found the bodies of Paris Oda, age 46, his wife Naoko, 48, and their 3 children, 17-year-old Sukurako, 12-year-old Orion, and 10-year-old Nana. All 5 members of the Oda family had been brutally stabbed to death. The killer? Paris Oda, the father himself. So what led Oda, a man described as a loving father and a husband, down such a dark path? Investigations revealed that Paris had been holding a terrible secret. Financial ruin was looming over the family. In February of 2024, just weeks before the tragedy, Paris confessed to Naoko that he hadn't paid taxes for years. The once successful chiropractor was facing the crushing weight of debt, along with potential legal consequences. To him, prison seemed like an inevitable fate. He told relatives that he would rather die than go to jail, even going so far as to say that he wanted to kill his family and burn down their home. In one chilling text to his wife, he mentioned that he wanted to do it, to take their children with him because he believed no one could take care of them as well as he could have. Paris's actions seemed almost unimaginable to those who knew him. He wasn't known for violence. In fact, he had no prior history of it. But his depression grew, as did his twisted belief that only solution to his financial trouble was to take his own life and, tragically, the lives of those he loved the most. In early March, Paris attempted to purchase a firearm, but thankfully the attempt failed. Unfortunately, he found another way. Armed with a kitchen knife, Paris would commit an unthinkable act that would send shockwaves through the Manoa community. As the police combed through the scene that morning, more details emerged about the extent of the tragedy. The medical examiner would later confirm that each family member had been stabbed multiple times. Naoko and Sukurako died from numerous sharp force injuries, while Orion and Nana succumbed to fatal wounds to their torsos. Paris's own death came from a self-inflicted stab wound. For those that was left behind, the grief was overwhelming. Friends, neighbors, and relatives struggled to understand how such a tragedy could have happened. Many knew Paris as a kind man, but beneath the surface, financial pressure and mental anguish had been steadily consuming him. The Manoa community, and indeed all of Hawaii, mourned deeply in the wake of the Oda family's death. Candlelight vigils were held, and messages of support poured in from all over the state. Family members expressed their gratitude for the love and compassion, though they admitted that nothing could have ever filled the void left by the loss of Naoko, Sukurako, Orion, Nana, and even Paris himself. But as the news spread, one haunting question remained unanswered. How could a father, someone who was supposed to protect, be the one who caused such pain? The Oda family tragedy underscores something crucial. Mental health struggles can remain hidden, even from those closest to us. Paris's growing financial stress and his refusal to seek help created a perfect storm of despair, one that ultimately destroyed an entire family. It is a heartbreaking reminder of the importance of recognizing the sign of a mental health crisis and taking them seriously. If Paris had been able to reach out for support, if those around him known the depth of his suffering, perhaps this tragedy could have been avoided. 5 lives were lost in this unimaginable tragedy, a family forever erased, and a community left to pick up the pieces.